Okay, good afternoon. We have very small number of people now, but I think it's much more comfortable just discuss deeply about today's session. Firstly, my name is Gu Hong-seok, and I'm now working for the ROK Foreign Ministry as the Director General for ASEAN Affairs. I'm truly honored to be here and moderate today's session. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our honorable speakers and then panelists. I think through the previous two sessions, lots of discussions were made about ASEAN-ROK relations and ROK government's New Southern policy, but let me briefly touch upon them again. This year is a milestone for ASEAN-ROK relations. ASEAN and Korea established dialogue relationship, firstly in 1989. It means that this year remarks the 30th anniversary of our partnership. ASEAN has served a pivotal role in reinforcing this valuable partnership. And over the past 30 years, ASEAN-ROK relationship has deepened tremendously in all areas of cooperation. Currently, the Korean government, as you are well aware, is preparing for another great leap in ASEAN-ROK relationship. Since 2017, the ROK has been vigorously carrying out the New Southern policy, focusing on three pillars, namely people, prosperity, and peace. And among those three pillars, today's session will focus on people. With the combined efforts of ASEAN side, substantial progress has been made, especially in people-to-people exchanges area. This success is very apparent. The number of people-to-people exchanges between ASEAN and ROK exceeded already 10 million in 2018. For the very first time, more and more Koreans are traveling to ASEAN countries. Over 8 million travelers visited the ASEAN countries last year, making this region the most popular destination for Korean travelers. I truly believe that such a vibrant people-to-people exchange is the solid foundation for the rapid progress of ASEAN-ROK relationship. In today's session, we will address people-to-people exchanges and the promotion of tourism in order to realize the ambitious goal of expanding the number of mutual visitors up to 15 million per year by 2020, as envisioned in the New Southern policy. The Korean government aims to improve the institutional framework in various fields, including improvement in the visa system. Furthermore, we will continue to promote mutual economic cooperation in line with the demands of ASEAN side by facilitating an air services agreement and LCC expansion. In addition to these efforts, we welcome more brilliant ideas and policy suggestions to boost mutual exchanges. To that end, I am truly pleased to have today's speakers and discussants. I believe we can share valuable insight on ways to promote people-to-people exchanges through activated tourism. I'd also appreciate if we could discuss potential obstacles or concerns with regard to expanding mutual exchange, hence gathering our wisdom to develop better support measures. I sincerely look forward to sharing our valuable opinions with all of the participants as well, and I hope you will have a wonderful time in Jeju. Thank you. Let me swiftly begin our session on the New Southern policy and the promotion of people-to-people exchanges through activated tourism. Each speaker will be allocated 10 to 15 minutes for presentation, and each panels will be given 10 minutes. I kindly ask each of you to stay within the given time. First, let me invite Dr. Agung Suryawan Wirananta for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, distinguished speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very glad and proud to be here again, to be invited to present and sharing knowledge. Last year also I involved in this kind of forum, but with different topic. Last year I am presenting about the implementing the local knowledge towards sustainable tourism development with the case of Bali. Now also I would like to share my knowledge about the tourism and peace and prosperity related to Bali tourism or Indonesian with the South Korea. Actually, myself is a lecturer at Udayana University, specifically the director of Center of Excellence in Tourism, Udayana University. Does it work? Yeah. Forward, it's blank. Can you help me? Yes. Yeah. And then push bottom. Okay. So we know that tourism to become one of the important economic in every countries. Many countries now focusing developing of tourism. Tourism is not only about economic benefit, but also there is another thing that we can learn from tourism is international understanding, as said by the UNWTO Global Code of Ethics for tourism, saying that tourism contribution to mutual understanding and respect between peoples and societies. So based on this one, so we realize that when we are traveling as a tourist, there is a chance for us to understanding other people, other lifestyle, other kind of culture, and then because of that, we can understand more better and also appreciate better of different cultures, different civilization, different religion, and different other things that we don't have. So we can understand and then we can respect them, use the difference as a part of understanding the richness of the world. So in the end, we hope that with tourism we can get our world peacefully. There are some activities that I saw you on the presentation related how tourists can bring the peaceful world. For example, when you're visiting, like in the picture, there's a Balinese activities and some tourists come to the one of Balinese house that they can see the lifestyle of local people, they can understand and the difference. Also, with any activities, they can go to the market, they can talk to the sellers, food sellers in the market, and then they can understand the lifestyle and also the behavior of the local people, and they can understand, oh, there's a very richness of the different lifestyle culture around the world, for example. And also, not only for what you call tourism has because of that, we hope that they can understand each other between their countries and also our countries. This possibility, Jeju tourism is a big market. I think this is the thing that we can promote later on in the near future. Okay. So the peaceful world is our aim, because without peace, we cannot do anything. Economic will ruin, life will destroy. So peace to become the most important part of our life. Now I explain a bit about Bali. Bali is part of Indonesia. Might be not all of you understand Bali is part of Indonesia, because Bali is quite different. Indonesia is the biggest Muslim country in the world, but Bali the only island 1930s, when the Dutch colonization come to Bali and bring some visitors. Increase of number of foreign visitors to Bali is very sharp. It's about 15% growth every year for foreign tourists only, without concerning the domestic. So, in my point of view, it means that sometimes if you not lucky or if you are bad, and the next time you will get luck. Something like that. Bali was bombing twice, and for everyone know, oh Bali, oh it's Bali, and then more people want to come. What is Bali look like? And they come to Bali. So now we try to keep Bali peacefully, and many measure on security has been undertaken. We don't want to have the third one. So this is the way we have to maintain the peaceful. Balinese people love peace. So without peace, there will be no tourists in Bali, and there will be no life in Bali. So that's very important. And now I see for the Korea market. Korea market in 2012, coming to Bali is about 120,000 visitors. During that time, the Korea is the sixth rank out of total visitors, number 6, with the 120,000 visitors. And then the number of visitors increased. In 2017, reached 174,000 visitors to Bali, but the rank going down. Why they're going down? Because other countries are coming more and more to Bali. Previously, we can say the main market of Bali is Australia, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Europe, like UK or Dutch and so on. But then Asian countries going up, Malaysia coming, and then also India and China. Now in 2018, the number of visitors from Korea little bit decrease. I know that because of the effect of Mount Agung eruption, people from Korea very worried about that. And last year, I came here with our group from Bali Promotion Board to convince the travel agent in Korea to sell Bali. And also our government of Indonesia got a representative here, they call VITO, Visit Indonesian Tourism, VITO, Visit Indonesian Tourism something. Yeah, they are every day promoting about Indonesia. So even though the number of visitors in Korea decreased in 2018, we believe that there will be there will be increase later in the future because of many things. I'll explain later on. So how about the economic benefit from tourists? The economic benefit from tourists, we can see from the amount of spending. The amount of spending, average spending for foreign tourists per day in Bali is almost $150 per day, for foreign tourists. And they are staying in Bali in average 10 days. You can imagine. Everyone come to Bali in average, they stay in Bali 10 days. Why it's very high? Because people from United States or Europe, they come to Bali and stay in Bali more than 2 weeks, sometimes 20 days. And people from Asia, they stay in Bali about 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. So altogether, in average, we have about 9 to 10 days length of stay in Bali. And then if we calculate, say, 10 days times 150, so every person will spend about 1,500 US dollar in Bali, outside the airplane. Yeah, just stay in Bali. That's a good economy, good impact to economy of Bali. So Bali primarily rely on tourism. You can see there the percentage of gross regional domestic product of Bali rely on tourism, but tourism here is only accommodation and restaurant only. We don't counting others tourist activities like attraction or something. Sometimes it's very difficult by statistician in Indonesia to collect data from the tourist object or tourist attraction, but it's the accommodation and restaurant only. This already about 24% regional domestic product Bali is coming from accommodation and restaurant. This is the highest compared to other sector. Agriculture is only 14%, very low. So also person who involved in tourism is about 700,000 person involved in tourism. Now we talk about tourism in Indonesia. In Indonesia, the development is not significant as Bali previously, but now in the last 5 years, tourism development in other part of Indonesia is also significant. In 2017, we have only 14 million foreign visitors. 14 million foreign visitors is about 6 million through Bali. So the 8 million come through other islands. In year 2018, to become 15 million more. They'll also increase. But the government targeting the year 2019, the foreign visitor visiting Indonesia should be about 20 million. We don't know whether the target will be achieved or not, but the effort has been done there. Yeah, in Bali, 30% or 35% of foreign visitors to Indonesia has come to Bali, and also for the job, significant jobs provided by the tourism sectors. Yeah, there's about 10% of the jobs in Indonesia can be found in tourism. Yeah. Main market of Indonesia is different to main market of Bali. In 2018, main market of Bali is China, Australia, and then Malaysia, India, and so on. But in Indonesia, different. Malaysia is the highest one. China is the number 2. Singapore, number 3. Timor-Leste, number 4. Australia, number 5. In Bali, Australia is the second. China is number 1. Why? This is the way of calculating tourists. Why Timor-Leste is big? Because Timor-Leste has limit access for direct flight. So they are going to overseas, they are going to other part of Indonesia, maybe going to Surabaya or going to Jakarta or going to Bali, and then from Bali they are going overseas. So Timor-Leste to become a big number there. Now we talk about the number of South Korean visitors to Indonesia. Number of South Korean visitors to Indonesia will be expected increase. There are several things that push the number of South Korea visiting Indonesia or Bali next year. One is there was several TV program in Korea, broadcasted in Korea, took place in Indonesia, in Bali, in Gili, Lombok, and in Bandung, in Sumatra. There are several TV program. When I came here last year and I met some people on the street, I say, "Do you know Bali?" "Yes, I know. I know Gili," he said. I was surprising me, Gili Trawangan, because there's a program called Ion's Kitchen. Ion's Kitchen was took place in Gili and broadcasting here in TV in Korea, and it's very popular. That's make we are convinced that there will be more Korean visitor come to Bali. The second, Korea also given visa on arrival facilities for 30 days and also can be extended another 30 days in Indonesia. So Korean people can stay in Bali maximum for 60 days. More than that, they have to leave Indonesia and come back again with new visa on arrival. This is the facility. Visa on arrival is given more than 50 countries around the world. But there is a better facilities available is free visa. Free visa is given to 150 countries, but excluding South Korea. I don't know the policy of government, why they give free visa for certain countries and give visa on arrival for another countries. But I heard that because of the, what we call, if Indonesia given free visa to the country, and they will give free visa also to the people from the country to Indonesia. If they pay visa from Indonesia to another country, and they will also charge a visa. But free visa on arrival is one facilities given. In my opinion, discussing with our colleagues in industry, to get more visitor from South Korea, we would like to ask our government to get a free visa for the Korean visitors. So when we look at the market, Korea to become one of the 10 main markets in our tourism industry opinion, to get more that, so it's better to give the free visa. And also to get more visitor, we have to get more direct flights from several South Korean cities, not from the main cities in Seoul only, but also from some other main cities, and it will bring more tourists come to Bali. And we know that in Japan, there are also several cities has been connected with direct flight, not only in Osaka, but Fukuoka and some other, and also in China, not only in Beijing, but also in Shanghai and some other countries can get direct flight to Bali. Also, this is the picture about the Korean TV program promoting Bali here. It's a Yon, I just kept it. And also we done regular promotion in Korea. There's some picture there I saw a few years ago, and last year we came to Korea with a group of dancers. We do the performance, and also we do tabletop and some other thing. And you can see also mentioned in the newspaper in Korea, and I can't read the Korean paper because with Korea, but I saw the photo. We enjoy the photo, and then it's because of assistance by the Vito. Yeah, we have Vito here in Korea who helping us promoting our destination. South Korea. Now, Indonesian people now also love to come and to travel to South Korea. Why? The first is we can see the popularity of K-pop culture. K-pop culture in Indonesia is not only the Gangnam style, but other young dancers. Yeah, Indonesian young people like much the Korean singers. You know, why they say they're so beautiful and so handsome, and you know, hysteria. They, oh, Korea, you know. almost similar to the Hollywood now, I think. Yeah, it's a good opportunity, and this opportunity to bring Indonesian youngsters to go to visit Korea, and also several Korean TV series broadcast in Indonesian television, and some of what we call our student always talking about the name of Korean artists. For me, I don't know, but say what's a Korean artist? Oh, are you going to Korea? Yes. Oh, you can meet blah 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 blah. Yeah, yes, my students introduced me the name of the TV star or something like that. So it means that there's a big market, yeah, a possibility, yeah, market, potential market. Also, Korea is considered as popular for the medical tourism, especially for the plastic surgery. Yeah, promoting also by the artists. Indonesian people assume that most or all the artists has done the plastic surgery to make their face more beautiful and so on. So there is in mind of Indonesian people, if you are going to do plastic surgery, one of the possibility is Korea or Thailand or Malaysia, including my wife. My wife say, "Are you going to Korea? Please ask, is there any surgery can have quote about like fish lifting or make the under eye something like that." So I say, okay. If we have time, October we can come to Seoul and do the plastic surgery or something like that. That's my wife. So there are possibility and potential market. Yeah. Also, promotion is undertaken by Korean through Korean Tourism Organization annually in Jakarta. It's very good. According to the information I got, almost 200,000 people of Indonesia come to Korea every year due to some promotion and some other thing. And to get more visitors from Indonesia to South Korea, I think the thing that you have to do is the simplicity of process getting visa. For Indonesian, it's very hard to get visa to go to South Korea. Even myself, yeah, when I want to go to Korea and asking to go to process visa, I have to think twice. I have to fill in the form. I think it's 4 or 5 pages form, and also many documents, including the bank warranty and also the printout of the bank account until the last month and so on. So I think it can, if it's possible to get visa on arrival, even though we pay, we just come and pay. I think there will be more people come to South Korea from Indonesia. For example, for the young people, when the young people asking the bank warranty and bank account, and at the time they are still student or they are working, but they still depend on the parents and they don't want to disturb their parent with the many documents. So they say they try to find another destination. Also, for example, as we are at university, we run a tourism course for master degree and PhD degree, and also for undergrad degree in tourism. Every year, we bring our student overseas. So now, the option is Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia, the Asian countries that will give free visa for us. Because with the student, about 50 students, 60 students in one group, for us as a lecturer who manages to become what we call, to become big thing that we have to done. So when we are going to Thailand, we don't have to consider visa. We just think about what flight is suitable for student. I mean, in terms of the price and also about the accommodation and so on. When we solve this and then go, we don't worry about the visa process and so on. And we confirm that all of the students who apply will go with us together. But with visa, sometimes they have paid already, and then visa is not issued, and then there will be program. They will lose money because of the flight and so on. Okay, this is the main thing that we think that Korea can bring some more visitors from Indonesia. As a closing remarks, I would like to say that by visiting other countries as tourists, people can experience other people's lifestyle, culinary culture, which can promote mutual understanding between guests and hosts. It can lead to international understanding that will result in a peaceful world. Moreover, tourism brings economic benefit to the host country. Therefore, there will be improvement of the prosperity of people involved directly or indirectly in tourism sector. Kamsa Mida.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wiranata. And let's swiftly move on to Ms. Kaeng Mimitun, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. 안녕하세요. My name is Kai. I come from the Ministry of Hotels and Tourism of Myanmar, and now I'm working for the Culture and Tourism Unit, ASEAN Korea Center in Seoul. I'm very pleased and honored to participate in this session, and thank you very much for inviting me to participate in this session. As you may know, my presentation will cover the following topics. Let me start with the ASEAN Tourism Strategic Plan, which covers 2016 to 2025. Here, the vision for ASEAN tourism sector over the next decade is clearly defined as by 2025, ASEAN will be a quality tourism destination, offering a unique, diverse ASEAN experience, and will be committed to responsible, sustainable, inclusive, and balanced tourism development, so as to contribute significantly to the socio-economic well-being of ASEAN people. Here we can see two strategic directions of the ASEAN Tourism Strategic Plan. The first one is to enhance the competitiveness of ASEAN as a single tourism destination. And the second one is to ensure that ASEAN tourism sector is sustainable and inclusive. Now, let me move on to the highlighted destinations of Myanmar, because my topic is related to tourism promotion. So we would like to highlight some of the tourism products that we are going to promote. So this is Yangon, which is the former capital of Myanmar till 2005. And Mandalay, this is the last royal kingdom and also the cultural heart of Myanmar. And the third one is Bagan, which is the main tourist destination, and which is over 3,000 pagodas and monuments of 11th to 13th century. And this is also Inle Lake. This is also one of the major tourism destinations, which is still attracting the tourists, mostly from European countries. And we have other destinations like Miek Archipelago, with over 800 beautiful islands and untouched area of sea, and as well as the beach area. And we have also some beaches for tourists. Maybe, hopefully, we can attract Korean tourists to our beaches. They are Ngapeli Beach in Rakhine State, and Chaunda Beach, which is near Yangon, and also Muisong Beach. So these are the tourism products that we are promoting mostly to the international travelers. So let me move to the next part, that is the current tourism situation in Myanmar. In terms of entry points and tourist arrivals, tourists come from air, sea, and border entries. Myanmar received 3.44 million tourists in 2017 and 3.55 million in 2018, with an increase of 3.15%. Tourists come from China, Japan, Thailand, Japan, and Korea is the fourth country who visited Myanmar the most. Here we can see Korean tourist arrivals to Myanmar. Myanmar received over 65,000 Korean tourists in 2017 and over 72,000 tourists in 2018. When we see the Korean tourist arrivals for the month of July, there is an increase of 68%. The percentage seemed to be quite big, but when we compare it with other neighboring countries like Vietnam or other ASEAN member states, our arrival is still very low. So for Myanmar, Korea is an existing and expanding market. So what has Myanmar been doing to attract Korean tourists? So I will introduce you to tourism promotional activities of Myanmar. So we started the visa relaxation as since 2018. We gave the visa exemption. We have given the visa exemption to the Republic of Korea and also with some countries. So this is our Union Minister of Ministry of Hotels and Tourism. He was welcoming the Korean tourists at the Yangon International Airport when we launched the visa exemption. So for other tourism promotional activities, the Ministry of Hotels and Tourism, in cooperation with Myanmar Tourism Federation, which is the private sector association, we participate in the annual major international travel fairs such as ITB Berlin, ITB Asia, World Travel Mart London, and also Korea World Travel Fair. But I think this year they have matched with the Seoul International Travel Fair together. So we promote the country with the brand name Myanmar, Be Enchanted. And in last year at KOTFA, Korea World Travel Fair, Myanmar won the prize of Best Booth Operation Award at KOTFA. In the coming June, the ministry will participate at Seoul International Tourism Industry Fair, which will be held at COEX. So this is the last year event at Korea World Travel Fair and Myanmar Travel Booth, and Myanmar received the prize of the Best Booth Operation Award. And this year, March, we celebrated Korea Day in Yangon at Lotte Hotel to promote food, culture, and tourism between the two countries. So let me move on to the next portion of my presentation, that is the conservation of heritage in Myanmar. As we noted, Myanmar has abundant tourism resources, among which cultural and natural heritage are the most valuable assets to protect from destruction due to tourism. It is crucially important to reduce negative impacts while developing and promoting tourism. So the Ministry of Hotels and Tourism, and together with our stakeholders, have recognized that high tourism intensity and overcrowding in the primary destinations can be an issue to be addressed, because it undermines inclusive economic growth, degrade the environment, and diminish the quality of positive tourism experience. So Myanmar tries to develop and promote the secondary tourism destinations and community-based tourism sites in order to dispatch tourism benefits to the local communities as widely as possible. In terms of community-based tourism, the ministry and the private sector initiated to develop some community-based tourism sites around the country. These are the community-based tourism activities which are shown here. In terms of natural assets, we have 21 ecotourism sites, which are some of which are listed as natural heritage destinations. There are some other sites which have rich cultural and spiritual values. Myanmar's first UNESCO World Heritage Sites are the 3 Pure Ancient Cities. We can see some of the photos here. So the remains are the main remains are from the ancient civilization dating back from 2nd century BC to 11th century AD. That is earlier than the Bagan period. Moreover, Myanmar has submitted nomination dossier for Bagan, which is a city with 1,000-year-old history, to be included on the UNESCO World Heritage List, and it would be discussed in the meeting of 2019 session of World Heritage Committee to be held in Azerbaijan. In order to promote sustainable tourism development, Myanmar has developed a series of policy documents as shown here. You can see responsible tourism policy, community involvement in tourism policy, Myanmar Tourism Master Plan 2013 to 2020, and ecotourism policy, and the last one is the Myanmar Tourism Law, which was adopted in just last year. So this is just the framework of the Myanmar Tourism Master Plan. So let me give you the example of the preservation and conservation of our cultural heritage site. This is the project with Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, who assisted Myanmar with the pilot model for Bagan in the areas of tourism planning, management, infrastructure, and tourism human resource development. Here in this picture, in this photo, you may see the ancient pagodas crowded with tourists in Bagan to see sunrise or sunset. Starting from last year, the government no longer allows to climb the pagodas in Bagan for the preservation aspect and also the personal safety issue. Through the pilot project, JICA, Japan International Cooperation Agency, helped to build viewing mounts or hills to see sunset or sunrise for the domestic and international tourists. So this is just one of the examples of how we preserved our cultural site. Now, this is the last part of my presentation, which is our tourism promotional activities of the ASEAN Korea Center. Throughout the years, AKC has conducted a variety of programs to support and complement ASEAN tourism for ASEAN tourism sector with the member states, including Myanmar. So these are the examples of the tourism promotion activities of the ASEAN Korea Center that were conducted for 10 member states last year. This is the ASEAN Tourism Promotional Pavilion at Kintex Ilsen, and also ASEAN Tourism Investment Seminar in Seoul, and ASEAN Culinary Festival, and influencers YouTube video creation for Brunei and Jerusalem, and also the ASEAN community-based tourism program in Indonesia in last January. We conducted the community-based tourism program in Ngalanjaran village, Yogyakarta. The AKC brought university students to the village, and we let them enjoy the community-based tourism activities, and also we make them understand what community-based tourism is all about, how it gives benefits to the local communities and how the local communities are empowered. So after that, the students make the promotion of these activities through SNS promotions. This is this is the forthcoming event of the ASEAN Korea Center to commemorate the 10th anniversary, to commemorate 30th anniversary of ASEAN Korea Dialogue Relations and 10th anniversary of AKC. So we will conduct ASEAN Week with the cultural performances and also ASEAN food tasting and also ASEAN fashion show. Also, the venue is Seoul Plaza. So it will be on June 14th to 16th. So this is our just information for our promotion activities for ASEAN. And also we will build a pavilion for the design products. So this will be the future program. So now let me conclude my presentation with some recommendations for the enhancement of tourism cooperation between Myanmar and Korea. So I think both countries should continue enhancing tourism cooperation, especially on tourism promotion activities that may result in more people-to-people exchanges between the two countries. And the two countries should support each other through participation in the tourism events or tourism fairs and other related events like Korea Day or other events organized in both countries. Then the next point is we should cooperate with each other to popularize tourism products of own countries. And I think in terms of the support for Myanmar, I think we should seek the support from Korea in broadcasting and airing tourism promotional films, so that Korean public will be familiar with our tourism products and promote Myanmar tourism to the Korean public. So this is the last slide, and we should also work together with the ASEAN Korea Center, because we have the promotional event for ASEAN. And so we can participate in ASEAN Tourism Promotional Pavilion and community-based tourism programs. And while we are promoting tourism, we should also give special attention to the conservation of cultural and natural heritage, so that we will not make the same mistakes of some countries. So the last one is Myanmar should monitor regulations to ensure the sustainable sustainable and balanced tourism development. So this is our contact information, my contact information, and the Ministry of Hotels and Tourism. And thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Next, Mr. Pante Tang will offer the presentation.
Thank you, moderator, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. I'm Thang. I am the secondment official of Vietnam government at the ASEAN Korea Center. And first of all, I would like to sincerely thank to Minister of Foreign Affairs and organizer to invite me here. A very beautiful place and also the peaceful city, Jeju city. And I will share my perspective for the topic on facilitating ASEAN-Korea tourism exchange among youth, social media promotion with focus on multimedia. So my presentation comprised of 4 parts. The first part is the overview of ASEAN-Korea relation growth. And the second is the increasing tourism exchange among ASEAN and Korea youth. And third part is the ASEAN Korea Center experiences with promoting tourism through social media. And the last part is the achievement of Vietnam Korea tourism exchange, and some recommendation from myself. And you can see here is the chronology of ASEAN and Korea. ASEAN-Korea relations have expanded and deepened exponentially since its establishment of a dialogue relation in 1989. In 2015, ASEAN and Korea became strategic partners for peace and prosperity, and also in the same year, ASEAN community was established. As a result, the bilateral trade volume between ASEAN and Korea have doubled from the $75 billion US dollar in 1989 to $160 billion US dollar in 2018. And ASEAN surpassed US, EU, and Japan to become the Korea's second largest partner after China. This year, 2019, remarkably, both regions are celebrating the 30th anniversary of their partnership, and ASEAN-Korea relations have every reason to grow further in the future. A notable area in this partnership is the rising tourism exchanges among the youth. With growing tech-savvy younger generation, the number of ASEAN-Korea people-to-people exchanges has increased dramatically over the recent year. This suggests that the promoting ASEAN-Korea tourism exchanges through social media is very important and necessary approach to further facilitate the growing trend. In particular, use of multimedia on social media platform is a key to promoting tourism for the youth of ASEAN and Korea. And now I would like to move to the second part of my presentation, encouraging tourism exchanges among ASEAN and Korea youth. As you can see on my PowerPoint, the number of people-to-people exchanges between the two regions reached 11.5 million in 2018, a threefold increase compared to the 3.4 million in 2009. The ASEAN region has become the most visited tourist destination by Korean travelers. Many Koreans view the region as a place for tourism and leisure. The number of Korean tourists to the region has increased from the 4 million in 2012 to 9 million in 2018. And Korea ranked second in terms of international tourist arrival to ASEAN, just after China. Korea has been also welcomed more ASEAN tourists in the recent years. More than 2.5 million ASEAN travelers visited Korea in 2018, which has doubled from 2010. Besides of increasing tourism exchanges, the level of understanding between the two regions was increased. And here you can see, as of the 2018, the total number of people from ASEAN residing in Korea was about 600,000 people, accounting for the 25% of the total number of foreigners living in Korea. Meanwhile, the number of Koreans living in ASEAN reached 320,000 in 2017, made up approximately 4.3% of all Korean nationals living abroad. To promote ASEAN-Korea tourism exchanges, an increased understanding on diverse culture, people mindset, cuisine, landscape, and characteristics of each region is necessary. For example, the popularity of Korean TV dramas, movies, popular music widely known as K-pop and K-fashion has generated a great deal of interest in the country culture, cuisine, music, and dance among ASEAN people. K-pop and K-beauty is a phenomenon among the younger generation and has promoted a healthy growth in ASEAN-Korea tourism, as well as increased significant interest in discovering and learning about Korea. From Korean perception, ASEAN represents easily accessible, impressive, and diverse culture, and relatively economic tourist destination, as well as an excellent market to accumulate wealth through investment and trade. The region not only owns many globally tourist sites such as Bali, Halong Bay, Boracay, and Phuket, but is also considered as a land of opportunities where Korean people can comfortably spend their retirement or start a new life. Young generation of ASEAN and Korea also becoming more familiar with each other region through the media. Many ASEAN tourist sites have been aired in Korea's popular variety shows, such as Juice Over Flower, which were filmed in Laupedia, and Jun Kitchen film in Lombok, Indonesia. That's the professor also mentioned in his presentation. At the same time, digital technology has become an essential part of the life of the youth. With 93% internet penetration rate of Korea, along with 380 million ASEAN internet users, digital platforms have become one of the most effective and widely used tools for tourism promotion. Digital platforms such as social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter have developed dramatically, and they deeply integrated into most young people's life nowadays. With increasing multimedia used on social media, many ASEAN and Korean tourist destinations are promoted naturally, along with increasing people-to-people exchange between the region. And here I would like to move to the third part of my presentation, ASEAN Korea Central experiences with promoting tourism through social media. As you know, ASEAN Korea Central, an intergovernmental organization mandated to promote economic and social cultural cooperation between ASEAN and Korea, has recognized the importance of digital platform and has been promoting tourism and youth exchange through the diverse digital platform. And you can see on my slide, ASEAN Korea Central have conducted many programs for youth. For example, ASEAN Korea Youth Network Workshop. About 80 talent students from the 13 countries joined workshop with several activities, including cultural and tourism exploration. One of their tasks is to record a video to promote ASEAN and Korea, and they are uploaded on our ASEAN Korea Central website and social media channels. This is the ASEAN Korea Youth Network Workshop. We also conduct the ASEAN Korea Youth Innovation Forum. And as the Ms. Kai also mentioned, that ASEAN Korea Central also organize the ASEAN community-based tourism annually. And here is the ASEAN Travel Mobile application, was launched for Korean smartphone users to easily utilize the newly updated information on ASEAN member states. The application provides information on ASEAN tourist destination, basic conversational language, and currency rate. And here is ASEAN Korea Youth Short Film Festival. We also organize every year. Media and digital communication is an area where the Center has placed emphasis for public awareness. The Center is widely exposed to local and ASEAN media outlets as a hub for the ASEAN-Korea partnership. The Center has made efforts to developing and creating interesting and interactive social media contents that facilitate the people of ASEAN and Korea to connect online. To engage audiences, the Center manages accounts on multiple social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Naver Blog, and YouTube. Recognizing the effectiveness of the video content for promotion, the Center produced and distributed viral videos about ASEAN and Korea. In collaboration with video creators, celebrities from the region, the video was produced along several teams and distributed through the creator channel. And finally, this is some picture about we hired Korean famous singer and idol to introduce about the ASEAN Week and ASEAN Korea Central, and we posted on our website and Facebook. And finally, I would like to share some achievement of Vietnam-Korea tourism exchange with a small with my small analysis for this success. Among the ASEAN-Korea tourism exchanges, the bilateral exchanges between Korea and Vietnam is quite notable. Vietnam ranks the first among ASEAN member states with 3.5 million Korean tourists in 2018, just followed by Thailand. Vietnam also ranks the second with the 460,000 Vietnamese to visit Korea in 2018 among ASEAN member states, after Thailand. As same with Thailand, Vietnam make up the largest population in Korea with 197,000 people, accounting for the 33% of population from ASEAN. Furthermore, over half of the 320,000 Koreans living in ASEAN now are living in Vietnam. This is the recent evidence of the rapid development in the relationship between Vietnam and Korea. People-to-people exchange and tourist exchange continue to rise as economic cooperation develop. So, what are the key factors for this achievement? In my perspective, first, it is due to cooperation and friendship of both countries in the spirit of mutual benefit, peace, and prosperity. And the second, there are also similarities of culture and history of both countries that bring them closer to each other. And third, active policies and facilitation of government in strengthening people-to-people and tourism exchanges, especially Korean way, spreading very early to Vietnam via Korean drama, K-pop, multimedia platform, also help each other understand better. First, the flow of labor. And increase in marriages between Korean and Vietnamese women and the development of multi-family have contributed for enhancing tourism. And last but not least, the explosion of the SNS, social media, has been helping young people can share beauty feature and attraction of each country on such advanced platform. And therefore, it also help creative and effective communication to promote the tourism between Vietnam and Korea. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize that we should continue efforts to carry out various youth awareness and exchange programs to promote the understanding of ASEAN among the youth. As well as we need to create more tourism promotion product, multimedia material with interesting, creative, diverse, trendy trend, and attractive content to the viewer to be promoted through the social media, where young people of the two regions can easily approach, share, and foster their understanding. This work should be responsible of not only a certain tourism promotion agency, but also of other relevant organizations. I would like to finish my presentation here, and I thank you so much for your listening, and have a good day in Jeju Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now we will invite two discussants. Firstly, Mr. Kim Man-jin from Korea Tourism Organization. Please.
예, 저기 앞에서 그 세 분께서 인도네시아 발리 관광청의 그 사무총장님, 그다음 미얀마의 관광국장님, 한아세안의 그 베트남 모신 부장님께서 각각의 나라와 그리고 한국 그리고 아세안과의 교류 관련해서 발표를 해주신 거 공부 많이 됐습니다. 저는 저기 한국과 그리고 아세안과의 전반적인 그 교류 현황이라든지 그리고 이러한 그 아세안과의 그 교류 확대를 위해서 우리가 그 노력하는 바 그리고 앞으로의 그 계획과 그리고 과제들에 대해서 좀 간단하게 정리를 해가지고 말씀을 좀 드리도록 하겠습니다. 그 한국의 최근에 관광 시장을 보면 14년도 보면 관광 규모가 1,420만 명 정도가 한국에 오게 되거든요. 그런데 작년에 1,535만 명 정도로 사실은 이제 100만 남짓 이렇게 는 걸로 되어 있습니다. 이게 5개년 평균으로 2.0% 정도 이렇게 되는데 사실은 이게 그 굉장히 저성장처럼 보이는데 중간에 우여곡절이 좀 있었습니다. 잘 알고 계시겠지만은 16년도에 1,723만 명까지 입국을 했었거든요. 근데 그때 복합위기라고 17년도에 중국의 그 사드 문제하고 그다음에 북한의 그 미사일 실험이라든지 이런 복합 위기가 좀 있었습니다. 그래 위생 변수로 인해 가지고 갑자기 그때 22.7% 390만 명이 급전직하를 하면서 1,334만 명까지 떨어졌었죠. 그래서 지금 회복을 하고 있는 단계고요. 그 중간에 그 저기 뭐 중국 같은 경우가 시장별로 이렇게 생각을 해보면 중국 같은 경우가 807만까지 갔다가 407만으로 감소를 했다가 지금 479만 정도로 해서 작년에 이제 회복을 한 경우고, 일본 같은 경우는 352만까지 갔다가 184만까지 떨어진 경우가 있었는데 작년에 295만까지 지금 회복을 한 상황입니다. 근데 그럼에도 불구하고 꾸준하게 지속적으로 증가를 하고 있는 것은 아세안 국가들입니다. 아세안 국가를 좀 이렇게 보면은요, 13년도에 아세안에서 한국에 온 게 174만 정도로 이렇게 돼 있고, 18년도에는 246만 정도로 이렇게 체크되는데, 이게 토탈로는 41% 정도, 연평균으로 해서는 8.3%입니다. 반면에 이제 한국 같은 경우가 이제 아세안으로 간 게 13년도에 488만 명, 그리고 18년도에 767만 명. 아까 이제 전에 이제 말씀해주신 부분하고, 그러니까 동남아 전체를 이렇게 합한 부분, 그다음에 아세안으로 이렇게 줄이는 부분, 이런 거에 따라서 약간씩 좀 차이가 좀 있는 것 같은데, 이게 5개년도에 57% 정도 증가하는데, 이게 연평균 12.6%. 토탈 하면 1,000만이 지금 넘는 교류가 좀 있었고, 5개년 연평균으로서는 10.6%로 10%가 넘는 꾸준한 교류가 있었다고 이렇게 말씀을 드릴 수가 있겠습니다. 시장별로 약간씩의 그 차이가 있습니다만, 저희가 이제 한국 입장에서는 중국과 일본, 그 다음에 아세안을 포함한 동남아, 그리고 구미주, 이렇게 4개로 이제 시장을 구분을 하는데, 제1시장이 중국이었고, 그 다음에 두 번째가 일본이었습니다. 그리고 세 번째가 아세안 국가를 포함한 동남아시아인데, 작년에 보면은 295만이 일본이었는데 비해서 246만이라고 제가 아까 아시안 국가를 말씀드렸는데, 동남아 전체를 합하면 290만으로 되거든요. 그래서 거의 일본과 비등한 수준으로 제2위권까지 지금 올라오고, 앞으로 올해 성장을 하고 내년에 성장을 하면은 확실하게 2위권으로 가지 않을까, 그렇게 생각을 하고 있습니다. 그래서 이제 앞에서 이제 아까 잠깐 이제 복합 위기 17년도에 말씀을 좀 드렸었는데, 그때 당시 물론 이제 17년도에 신남방 정책을 11월 달에 이제 대통령께서 선언을 하시는데, 그것과 맞춰서 사실은 관광 정책을 수립을 했다, 이렇게는 말씀을 못 드립니다만은, 정확히 17년도에 위기가 발생을 하고 난 다음에 저희한테 있어서의 한국에 있어서의 아세안은 사실은 이제 특정 국가의 의존도를 갖다가 지금 편중을 좀 심하게 하다 보니까 위기에 굉장히 약한 측면도 있었고, 중국이 한 번 있었고, 일본도 한 번 있었고, 그래서 시장의 안정성이 굉장히 떨어지는 면이 있었기 때문에 관광의 입장으로서는 아세안 국가하고의 전략적인 다변화, 그다음에 교류 확장 정책이 절실하게 좀 필요했다고 그렇게 말씀을 드릴 수가 있겠고, 무엇보다도 뭐 한국과 그 정치 경제라든지 사회 문화 면에서 굉장히 우호 관계에 있었고, 그리고 방한 관광도 안정적으로 이끌기 위해서는 아세안 국가와의 교류 확대가 크게 전략적으로 필요했다, 그렇게 판단을 하고서, 사실은 관광 부분에 있어서 신남방 정책은 사실은 시장 다변화 전략, 이렇게 부릅니다. 사실은 그런 상황에서 전략적으로 채택을 하게 되고, 특성 아세안 한국에서 인식을 하는 아세안 국가의 특성, 그리고 그거에 따른 사업들에 대해서 간단하게 한 3개 정도로 좀 분류를 해서 좀 말씀을 드리면은, 아세안 국가 같은 경우는 아까도 이제 말씀 많이 있으셨습니다만은 K-팝이라든지 K-드라마 그리고 한국 문화에 대해서 관심과 호감도가 굉장히 높은 지역입니다. 그래서 한국 대중문화 접촉이 그 방한 의사로도 직접적으로 전환되는 비중도 상당히 높은 그런 특성을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 그런 특성을 가지고 있기 때문에 20, 30대 여성층들이 굉장히 그 주 고객층이고 핵심 타겟층이고 합니다. 그래서 저희가 그 프로모션을 갖다가 아세안 국가하고 같이 할 때는 한류 콘텐츠라든지 한류 스타와 같이 그 큰 마케팅 프로모션을 좀 하고 그다음에 접점에서의 마케팅을 좀 효율적으로 좀 진행을 하고 있는 그런 사업들을 좀 진행을 합니다. 그리고 두 번째 특성 같은 경우는 이제 아까 앞서에서 잠깐 나왔습니다만은 무슬림이 전 세계 18억 명이라고 보통 얘기가 되는데 말레이시아라든지 인도네시아 같은 경우는 사실은 그 인구가 상당 부분 80% 60%가 무슬림입니다. 그리고 작년에 그 방한을 한 무슬림들이 한 97만 정도, 100만 조금 못 미치는 걸로 추산이 좀 되었는데 그 아세안 국가에서 사실은 절반 이상이 지금 들어오고 있거든요. 그래서 이러한 그 무슬림 아세안의 무슬림들이 방한이 좀 더 쉽도록 우리나라에서는 한국에서는 무슬림 프렌들리 코리아를 모토로 해가지고 무슬림 친화 사업을 좀 전개를 하고 있습니다. 예를 들자 그러면은 뭐 무슬림 관광객을 위한 뭐 안내서를 제작을 한다든지, 그다음에 지자체 담당 공무원과 종사자들을 위해서 교육, 그러니까 어떤 식으로 수용을 하고 안내를 해야 되는지 교육을 한다든지, 그다음에 뭐 실태조사, 방한 행태 같은 것도 조사도 하고, 그다음에 무엇보다도 무슬림 친화 식당 분류제 운영이라든지, 그다음에 지원 사업, 그다음에 종교 편의시설, 기도실 같은 거를 갖다 제작을 해가지고 설치를 한다든지 하는 사업들을 좀 하고 있고요. 다른 키워드 중에 뭐 가족 여행이라든지, 그다음에 뭐 계절 여행 같은 것도 있습니다만, 이거는 좀 스킵을 하도록 하겠고, 또 하나의 특성으로는 사실은 그 아세안 국가라고 하는데 10개국, 뭐 그다음에 인도까지 합해가지고 신남방 11개국 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 합니다만은, 이 지리적으로는 상당히 인접해 있어가지고 인접한 그런 특징이 좀 있습니다만은, 전체적으로 정치적으로, 경제적으로나 뭐 사회 문화적으로는 상당히 고유한 문화들이 사실 있습니다. 그래서 포괄적인 마케팅이 좀 어려운 부분이 좀 있어가지고 그 마케팅을 위해서는 마케팅 툴이라든지, 그다음에 콘텐츠가 현지화가 사실은 이제 필수적인 요소가 좀 되겠습니다. 저 일괄적으로 할 수가 없는 부분이 좀 있어서, 그래서 공사 같은 경우에는 뭐 유통이라든지 화장품이라든지, 그다음에 가전이라든지 엔터테인먼트가 현지에 나가가지고 기업들이 많이 진출해 있거든요. 그래서 그러한 그 현지에 있는 기업과 기관과 공동으로 해가지고 관광 프로모션을 좀 실시를 하고 있는 내용입니다. 그래서 실제적으로 이런 경향을 가지고 지금 관광사에서도 현지에 지금 원래 1년에 한 6개 내지 8개 정도 문화관광 대전이라고 해서 한국의 한류라든지 뭐 의료 웰니스라든지 뷰티라든지 뭐 예를 들어서 여러 가지 모든 한국의 콘텐츠를 가지고 문화관광 대전이라고 큰 그 빅 이벤트를 하는데, 그거를 아세안 국가로 이번에는 3개를 가져갔습니다. 그래서 뭄바이가 4월이었고, 베트남 호치민이 9월, 그다음에 필리핀이 10월, 이렇게 해서 3개를 아세안 국가에 지금 집중을 좀 하고 있고요. 국내에서는 지금 뭐 예를 들어서 모든 국가에 대한 환대 주간을 설정을 하면 좋겠지만 예산 관계도 있고 해서 한계가 있어서, 우선 당장은 올해 4월달에 필리핀 환대 주간을 실시를 했고, 그다음에 9월달에는 베트남 환대 주간을 일단 실시를 하고, 내년도에는 좀 더 많은 국가에 대한 환대 주간을 설정을 해서 행사를 진행하려고 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다. 그래서 그 지금 그 한국과 아세안 간에는 굉장히 많은 인적 교류의 성장이 좀 있고 있는데, 더 성장을 해야 되겠죠. 지금 1000만 넘었기 때문에 10%씩만 한다 그래도 3, 4년이면 1,500만 갈 거고 하지 않습니까? 그래서 미래를 또 준비해야 하기 위해서 또 개선 사항도 있고 과제들도 사실 있습니다. 그래서 제가 2가지를 말씀드리고 싶은데, 한 가지는 지방관광 활성화 부분인데요. 사실은 이제 그 한국에 8개 국제공항이 있습니다. 8개 국제공항 중에 수도권 인천, 김포를 빼고 나서 나머지 6개가 있는데 김해하고 제주 같은 경우는 전통적인 국제공항이기 때문에 그 인천, 김포 요 4개 같은 경우는 상당히 활성화가 좀 되어 있습니다. 근데 대구라든지 무안, 그다음에 청주, 강원도 같은 경우에는 아직은 활성화가 그렇게 돼 있지 않다 이렇게 판단을 하고 있고 이제 막 국제 노선이 유치가 좀 되고 있고 요 4개 노선에 5개 국가에 20개 제가 세봤더니 20개 노선이 있더라고요. 근데 더 많은 노선 유치가 좀 돼야 되는데 다행스럽게도 지금 그 기존의 LCC라고 아까 그 저비용 항공사인데 기존에 6개가 있었는데 이번에 3월달에 3개가 더 승인이 됐습니다. 그래서 9개가 있어서 지금 강원도 양양 같은 경우는 국제 노선이 하나도 없었는데 플라이 강원이 이번에 승인이 되면서 신규 노선들이 굉장히 많이 생깁니다. 그래서 지금 하반기 11월달, 12월달부터 이제 국제 노선이 생기기 시작할 거기 때문에 이러한 그 항공 좌석들의 공급이라든지 이런 것들이 한국과 아세안에 그리고 지방 간의 어떤 그 교류를 갖다 확대시키는데 참 큰 힘이 될 걸로 생각을 하고 지금 문화관광부와 이제 관광공사 그리고 국토부와 공항공사 그리고 지자체가 힘을 합쳐가지고 지금 그 관광항공 협의체를 정책 협의체를 지금 구성을 하고 있고요. 그다음에 거기에서 포럼도 하고 협력 과제도 도출하면서 그다음에 아세안 국가 그리고 다른 국가에서 이렇게 한국의 지방으로 올 수 있는 그런 수용 태세라든지 그리고 여태껏 지방 같은 경우는 서울처럼 그렇게 오래된 데스티네이션이 아니었기 때문에 지방으로 가더라도 1박하고 사실은 서울을 오고 하는 그런 케이스들이 굉장히 많습니다. 그래서 지역 완결형으로 2박 3일, 3박 4일이 소화가 될 수 있도록 인프라 체제를 갖추는 노력을 지속적으로 해 나가야 되겠고요. 그리고 두 번째는 공석 그 국장님께서도 말씀하셨듯이 비자 관련 사항입니다. 사실은 꾸준히 개선은 지금 하고 있거든요. 교류를 좀 더 확대를 하기 위해서. 그래서 예를 들어서 베트남이라든지 인도네시아, 필리핀과 같은 그런 아세안 국가, 그다음에 신남방 국가의 비자 제도 개선을 위해서 사실은 외교부라든가 법무부, 그다음에 제2공관, 문화부 전부들 협력을 해서 현황 조사하고 과제 도출하고 해서 꾸준하게 지금 개선을 지금 하고 있습니다. 그 개선 사안들이 예를 들어서 작년 같은 경우는 올림픽이 있어가지고 사실 양양 같은 경우에는 베트남, 필리핀, 인도네시아 같은 경우에 한시적으로 무비자로 올 수 있도록 그렇게 제도 개선을 해서 올해까지도 사실은 지속을 지금 하고 있고요. 그리고 작년도에 12월 달에는 신남방 그 11개 나라에 대해서는 뭐 전문 직업인이라든지 그다음에 국내에 뭐 4년제 대학의 학사 이상 소지를 하고 있다든가 하면은 10년 유효 복수 비자를 낼 수 있도록 그렇게 사실은 시행을 하고 있고 그다음에 베트남 같은 경우는 하노이라든지 호치민, 다낭 거주인을 대상으로 해가지고 5년 이상 복수 비자를 이렇게 발급을 하고 해서 발급 편율은 대폭 이렇게 증진이 됐어요. 그리고 또 올해는 또 4월 25일, 5월 달 해서 그 호치민이라든가 그 하노이, 그다음에 인도네시아 자카르타에 비자 센터도 사실 개설을 했거든요. 그래서 비자 발급 편의가 굉장히 개선이 됐는데 다만 이제 약간 이제 문제가 좀 생기는 부분들이 이거는 저희 소관 아니고 사실은 이제 건의드려야 되는 사안인데 외교부나 법무부 사실은 그거를 갖다가 많이 이제 비자 센터를 통해서 들어오기나 신청은 들어오는데 검토를 해야 될 인력이라든지 이런 것들은 사실은 아직까지는 좀 부족한 상황인데 그래서 그런 부분들을 앞으로 이제 서로들 모여서 개선 과제를 도출을 하고 해서 단계적으로 지금 꾸준히 노력을 하고 있습니다만 좀 더 편의가 제공될 수 있도록 그렇게 개선을 해 나가야 되겠다 그런 생각을 지금 하고 있습니다. 사실 이게 관광 부분, 이게 교류 부분에 있어서 최종 목표는 희망은 사실은 상호 무비자 입국입니다. 이게 사실은 최종적인 목표인데 사실은 그 부분 한 부분만 위해서 이거를 다 할 수는 없고 해서 정치, 경제, 사회, 문화 전반적인 거를 검토를 하면서 사실은 이거 국가 간에 노력을 해나가야 되는 부분인데 최종 목표인 상호간의 무비자 입국 아무렇게나 이렇게 아무런 꺼리낌 없고 조건 없이 왔다 갔다 할 수 있는 그런 시기가 언젠가 빨리 올 수 있도록 그렇게 기원을 하면서 간단하게 발표 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kim Man-jin. And I would like to invite Professor Baek Woo-yeol from Yonsei University, please.
Yes, thank you so much. I think time is almost up, so I will be very, very brief. I'm from Yonsei University Political Science Department, and I'm working on China, ASEAN countries, and then subcontinent. I was very surprised, in this today and yesterday, and 7 or 8 ASEAN-related sessions in this Jeju forum. I think it's as important as I think it's a North Korean nuclear issue, and China, the United States, economic competition. So that shows that the South Korean government, is very, very has a very good and then strong will, to promote this new Southern policy. I think this is pretty remarkable. And at the same time, this new Southern policy's history is pretty short, about a couple of years, but it has a very significant change, of course, in South Korea's foreign policy itself. It's beyond, Northeast Asia, and then those powerful, great power diplomacy. Personally, I'm working on one of the interesting topics, but which is very understudied in the politics of tourism. I visited, Bali a couple of years ago, and Yangon, and then I think 3 years ago, and then not Saigon, but Ho Chi Minh City, and Hanoi, I think it's 3 years ago too. But this politics of tourism, it's a very, very, soft and very mild, but at the same time, it can be very, very politicized. We South Korea experienced in the last couple of years those sad sanction on the tourism was a very, very a shock. I mean, a major shock, to South Korean people. And but it is not very, it can be very negative and positive at the same time. It's because, as the Kim Man-jin said, it's South Korea need to diversify its tourist the market, inbound and outbound at the same time. And then I think it goes for the whole entire economy. South Korea has been depending on China too much in terms of economic trade and so on. I think in that sense it's extremely important for South Korea to diversify our the tourism market in coming years. Related to this issue, and in 2019, ASEAN ROK, commemorative summit in this November, coming November is extremely important. At the same time, ROK, Mekong summit, followed this in 2019 ASEAN ROK commemorative summit, also very important. At every single level, the highest level of diplomacy is happening in November 2019 between ASEAN have a state and then ROK President Moon Jae-in, integrating Southeast Asia and then South Asia in terms of tourism market or in an economic market in general is extremely important, and it will be vital for the both regions and both countries. Economic development and prosperity, but that actually based upon people-to-people diplomacy and human interaction, as in a bilateral, in a unilateral, and a multilateral level. And then it goes down to from the summit diplomacy down to all those tourists, inbound and outbound tourists between these two countries and regions, and it will be major subject of the summit in coming 2019 in November, one more time in Busan. Again, it's 11.5 million people actually, the visited both region. Allocate to ASEAN is about 9 million, and the ASEAN countries to allocate South Korea 2.5 million. I think it will be increasing very significantly due to many regions. I think it's so I will be I have many ththings to say, but I think I don't need to go further. I learned a lot, from four presenters and then director, Ku, and so probably we can have 3 minutes to discuss about it a little more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Due to the time constraints, we must end our discussion soon. I think through this session we can get some insightful and brilliant suggestion. Firstly, people-to-people exchange, through the activated tourism is very crucial for mutual understanding between ASEAN society and Korea, the Republic of Korea, especially among young generation, the future generation. Secondly, some of the panel, discussants and then presenters proposed that to simplify visa issuance system and then increase direct air route between ROK and the ASEAN countries will contribute to more vibrant people-to-people exchange. Thirdly, I take note that diversification, respect for diversity is one of the key words for the activated tourism. I think we have 2 minutes more. If you have any suggestion or some opinions, I would like to just, because we have the very limited number of the people, maybe we can open the floor. If you have any opinions or questions, please.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, all panelists. I was the ambassador to ASEAN until 1 month ago. And then today, it is a really valuable time for me to understand deep down regarding people-to-people exchanges. I was surprised that people-to-people exchanges between Korea and Vietnam is accounting for around 50% of our total, people-to-people exchanges, which indicate, I guess, which reflect the economic activities, between Korea and ASEAN. So tourism, I guess, is closely related with trade relations and economic relations as well. A couple of months ago, I saw a newspaper report that Korean tourism to Laos is decreasing quite sharply. So we need to know why. And at the same time, I have one suggestion to Mr. Agung and Mr. Pham. For example, we'll have a commemorative summit November in Busan. And then Busan is our second biggest city. So it would be great if Indonesian government and the Vietnam government set up a consulate general in Busan, maybe have a direct flight Busan and with cities in Indonesia and Vietnam. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Kim. Now we reach the time of the end. And then if you don't have any more questions, I have to say, today, really thank to the presenters and as well as to the discussants for your insightful presentation and then discussions. Also, I would like to thank to all participants here. So far as I know, the dinner will start at 7 o'clock, just 15 minutes to go. So I will close the today's session. Thank you very much.